A long time ago, the kingdom of Jerusalem was living peacefully. But suddenly, the king from the neighboring kingdom of Babylon arrived. He wanted to take over Jerusalem, so he had his army come and set the entire city on fire. Once he had conquered Jerusalem, he ordered all the healthy young men from noble families to come and serve in his palace. Among those young men were Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. When all the young men had reached the palace, there was a big feast prepared for all of them. The table was filled with all kinds of scrumptious food, with all kinds of meat and wine. But the four of them were very faithful men, and they didn't want to dirty themselves with the royal food and wine. And so Daniel called the officer over and told him, "We can't eat all this food. They are unclean." But the officer replied, "The king himself assigned your food and drink. If you end up becoming weaker than all the other men, the king will have my head." So Daniel replied, "Please, test us for 10 days. Give us nothing but vegetables and water to drink. Let's see who ends up looking better, us or the others who eat the king's food." The officer thought about it for a while, and finally agreed. "Okay." So for the next 10 days, all of the meat and wine were replaced with fruits, vegetables, and water. 10 days later, when the officer came back to check on them, they actually looked healthier and more alert than the rest of the men. So the guards took away the royal food and wine and continued letting them eat their vegetables and water. Because they had all been so faithful to God, when it came time for the four of them to start serving the king, they were blessed with knowledge and wisdom and became 10 times better than all the magicians and enchanters in the kingdom. By rejecting the royal food and wine, these boys could have been in big trouble. However, they decided to keep their faith in God, and they were blessed for it. They were made to be examples to the rest of the boys. Like them, we can trust in the Lord and make good examples of ourselves.